Is hotshot trucking worth it? Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Alex. Excuse me. Today, before I jump in to answer that question, a couple of quick updates. While I've been home, I did a couple of things here and there on the website. It's now totally different because of a couple of things. First and foremost, it's no longer towpiglet.com/jobs. I am changing the name. I'm rebranding that. It will now be called the Hotshot Connection, okay? Now, I want to clarify, the reason I put Hotshot in the name, because a lot of people ask me, hey, what about semis? And I don't want to get into semis. There's entire things built out for semis and truck drivers and all that other good stuff. So I definitely don't want to go into that. So that's why I'm calling it the Hotshot Connection. Now, when you go to the website, towpiglet.com, you'll see that it's towpiglet.com hot-shot-connection, right? So that's the actual website now. And there's a couple of my pictures, but it's split up. So on your first thing is companies. So this is companies looking to grow, looking to expand, looking to hire. So ask yourself, if you're a company and you want to lease on a truck, if you're a company as in a dispatch service and you want to dispatch trucks, or if you're a company with empty trucks, I should say, or an empty truck and you need a driver, go click on the first one. That's me. That's a paid service. Now, if you're an owner-operator or a driver or an individual looking for a driver position, that's a little bit different. It's just a little bit different pictures in the placement of things. You can go click on the owner-operators and drivers, that's me, and then you can sign up, and those companies, and only those companies, will get your information and they can reach out to you, right? That's why it's called the Hotshot Connection. So I'm connecting hotshot dispatchers with hotshot owner-operators, hotshot driving jobs with hotshot drivers, and so that's why those two exist. The other thing on the website is I added a FAQ page, like frequently asked questions, and I put in a couple example questions in there. So comment below your guys' number one questions. This way it'll be a centralized like question answers, and then I will like answer the question and link to the video and stuff like that. So all of this stuff is just I'm trying to build it out so it helps you guys really quickly find the answer you're looking for. That's the goal. If you can hear the squeaky chair, I'm sorry. The chair is a little squeaking. But so that's the goal with the website, is just to make it all kind of one centralized location. You know, even if you remotely looked into hotshot trucking and then you have some follow-up answers, boom, you can find it all on the website. And the last little bit of update, guys, is the stickers that I ordered for the failed giveaway. I paid for all of those stickers in advance. So I just have a ton of stickers sitting at the place that like printed them, or the place that cut them out. And so if you really wanted a sticker, I just want to get rid of that inventory. I no longer need it because I realized a giveaway is very, very hard to do. There's a lot of stuff on the back end that needs to be done. Not to mention in Texas, it is illegal. So the point is, let's get rid of these stickers, guys. If you were holding out for a sticker, maybe you have any interest in a sticker at all, I marked them way down. The stickers are $1.99. Shipping is free. United States only, I think. So that's the updates. That's what I've been doing kind of while I've been home. I can't really record videos too much because, you know, the twins are always crying and it's just ridiculous. But let's answer this question. Is hotshot trucking worth it? Now, the reason I'm thinking about all these, like, is hotshot trucking worth it? You know, the reason I'm having this, like all this philosophical thought processes, I guess, is because I posted on my Instagram, in my story, I posted on in the YouTube community, in the story, like as a post, not as a video, that I'm having twins. Well, I already had twins, so and so that's what's causing me to think a lot. And luckily, I have been home for a week now, and I've been fortunate enough to you know, we'll say enjoy that process, because everything was mostly good, but there were some hiccups and whatnot. So it's been good so far. But so that's the reason I've been thinking about, like, man, is hotshot trucking really worth it? Because on one hand, you know, when I started, I only had our first daughter, my wife and I, our first daughter, and now she's almost 5. And now it's like I have my wife and we have twins now. So it's like now I'm a family of 5. And so on one hand, I want to say it's like, well, hotshot is what's given me the opportunity to afford any of this on one hand. But on the other hand, it's like I can't stay home because I need to go out and hotshot and keep making money. So I'm like in this weird situation of like deciding what to do. And so I'm going to break all that stuff down. First thing people say obviously is, a hindsight is 2020, right? You know things, further further along the way than you knew when you first started. So had I known, how to better manage my money, not to get into interest, like not into high interest trucks so quickly, had I known to not modify the truck, like I really think my truck would have lasted 500,000 miles if I didn't modify and put all those parts on there. So the way you could kind of break down or like explain my hotshot experience is it's a bunch of self-inflicted wounds. No one put a gun to my head and said, hey, you got to take this loan. No one did that. And 18% APR on a $50,000 truck is dumb. So if you haven't watched the video where I explain that, like, bro, that is dumb. Like, I started with all the wrong ways, with all the mistakes and everything, realizing that ultimately, it just took a lot longer for me to realize that in reality, hotshot trucking is pretty good. It's been a really good blessing in reality. But there just needs to be an asterisk on that, because even though you could say it's a blessing, at the end of the day, there's a cost to it. And the cost is you got to be away from your family. Now, for you, I can't tell you what the price is for being away from your family. I don't know what the price for you is. For you, it might be saying, hey, I go away from my family every day for 8 hours a day and I'm home every night. And you get paid $12 an hour for that, or whatever job you have, for example, right? So you're still away from your family. You're just not away for that long or for such long periods of time. And so essentially, it seems like the more away you are, the more you make. And I've been watching a channel called Bo Knows, and he's talking about like oil field and pipeline and all this other things, and he's breaking it down. It's like as a laborer or like as the low level entry job in there, you get like 15 to 16 bucks an hour, but you get like a per diem, a daily per diem for that too. And in reality, after seeing some of his videos, it basically breaks down that after all your expenses and taxes, you're essentially making $6,000 to $7,000 a month. And they have to be away from the family a lot too. And so as an entry-level labor kind of low-skill job, what's better? I don't know. I can't make that decision for you. However, I certainly have been pretty pleased. I'm pretty happy with hotshot trucking. The only thing is, with hotshot trucking, and this is what like down the road, 2020, right? Hindsight. The only thing is you realize you reach a cap very quickly. And the cap in hotshot trucking, I think, is like the upwards of 200,000 gross, which essentially means you take home close to $100,000. That's the cap. If you reach your cap very quickly, then you kind of realize like, well, what else can I do? And so that's why I'm in the process of trying to figure it out, because I'm on track again to do $300,000 this year, which means I took home roughly just over $100,000. And I'm going to do an update video on how much I pay in taxes. I'll do an update when I close out the year, how it all worked out. So all of that stuff is going to be like, I'm going to make videos about all that. So make sure you subscribe if you're interested in that. But essentially, like, what do you do when you gross 300 over 300? And what do you do when you like take home $100,000 a year? You try to like reinvest that money. You try to figure out like where you can grow so that you don't have to be away from the family all the time. How can I make $100,000 a year and not be away as much as I've been? Especially now that my home situation has changed, right? Having one child that's less than a year old is very different than leaving your wife with 3 kids. Very different. And so now I'm going to try to figure out how do I make $100,000 a year and not be away from home so much. I haven't figured it out yet. That's why I'm looking I got to get back and look for loads, you know what I mean? So because I am trying to hit the road this week. The twins are now 4 days old, I believe. So they're doing great. So is hotshot trucking worth it? Ultimately, only you can make that decision. However, based on other things that a low-skill laborer can do, I would say so. I would definitely say so, because the question I ask myself all the time, what can I do instead? I don't have a degree. I don't have a college education. Like, what can I do instead and make close to $100,000? Now, I've had a hard road. I've had a difficult start, and I'm still saying it's worth it. Comment below, you guys. Is hotshot trucking worth it? What's your opinion and why? And I look forward to you guys commenting below. Is hotshot trucking worth it for you? Has it been great? Has it been not so good? I'm not sure. Now, I have worked with several people over the last year or so of my YouTube channel, and many people tell me like, dude, Alex, thank you so much for helping me get started and whatnot. And I just like, and some of those people have left nice jobs. And so depending on your situation, there will be different answers. And so please comment below your situation, what you think about it, what you think about hotshot trucking, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.